Hey there, I'm Frank Mitchell. On this channel, it's all about helping you understand your car and keeping it running the way it should. Whether it's routine maintenance or solving those tricky problems, I've got you covered. If you find this useful, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to watch till the end. You might learn something that saves you time and money. All right, let's get started.
Europe is starting to suffer a slowdown in car sales. So far in 2019, between January and November, a total of 14.5 million cars have been sold in the old continent. This figure represents a drop of 0.3% compared to the same period last year, according to data from the European Automobile Manufacturers Association, ACEA. So far, so reasonably normal. However, what worries us most is that Spain is one of the worst performing countries in terms of sales in Europe, since sales in our country have fallen by 5.7% to 1.15 million units. This drop makes Spain one of the 5 countries with the greatest drop in the number of car sales. Other countries that are also suffering this fall are the British market, with a drop of 2.7% and 2.16 million units sold. In addition, Italy also reduced its sales to 1.77 million, down 0.6%, and France did the same with 2 million units sold, down 0.2%. Other countries that also declined were Sweden, the Czech Republic and Portugal, among many others. Finland and Cyprus are the territories leading the decline with a drop of 7.3%. Germany continues to grow. Only Germany achieved a positive figure among the main continental economies. It achieved a growth of 3.9% with 3.32 million vehicles sold. Other countries, such as Romania, Lithuania, and Hungary, also achieved significant sales growth. In total, the European continent lost 0.3% of sales compared to last year, with a total of 14,542,126 vehicles sold, some 37,000 units less. This result could have been worse, since a slight upturn of 4.5% was achieved in November, which slightly improved the results. Pending what happens in the last month of the year, Europe is showing signs of a slowdown in vehicle sales. Let us now see how this has affected the automotive groups. The figures, brand by brand in the European Union. We start with the Volkswagen Group, which achieves a 1.9% increase in sales of the Volkswagen brand to 3,456,569 vehicles registered across the continent between January and November 2019. The brand to grow the most within the group is Seat, with an improvement of 10.5%. Curiously, Volkswagen is the only one to lose units with a drop of 0.6%. We now move on to France with the PSA Group, which is unable to escape the general climate of decline. It lost 1% of its registrations compared to last year with 2,279,826 registrations. Citroën and DS grew, while Peugeot and Opel declined, most notably the German brand with a loss of 5.8%. We do not leave the Gallic country and focus on the Renault Group, which consists of Renault, Dacia, Lada, and Alpine, also fails to avoid the drop in sales. Down 0.6% to 1,486,695, both Renault and Lada sales are down, Dacia and Alpine sales are up. The Kona stands out for being on sale with gasoline, diesel, hybrid and electric engines. Hyundai and Kia grow. Hyundai and Kia managed to break the negative dynamics and are placed with an increase of 1.8%. Hyundai is the best performer with a rise of 2.1%. Kia also improves with 1.5% more sales. BMW and Mini also managed to remain positive with a slight growth, 0.4% with 913,780 units registered. BMW is up 0.6% and Mini is down 0.2%. Both brands have managed to register 913,780 cars on the entire European continent up to November. Its great rival, the Daimler Group, also achieved positive results with a growth of 4.1%, reaching 898,219 units. Smart is the brand that has grown the most with an increase of 8.4%. Ford fell by 2.7% to reach total registrations of 874,137 vehicles. In November, 72,717 vehicles were sold throughout Europe. The FCA Group recorded one of the biggest falls with 8.6%, registering a total of 860,829 vehicles, approximately 120,000 units. Less than in the previous year. The brand that fell the most was Alfa Romeo with a decrease of 37.5%, Lancia/Chrysler seems to recover with an increase of 23% and DOT Inc. 7%. Hybrids push Toyota. Toyota and Lexus obtain a positive increase of 3.8%. Their hybrid technology is imposed in large cities due to the increasingly frequent traffic and parking restrictions. The group has registered 714,550 vehicles. Lexus is the fastest growing with 18.7% thanks to the incorporation of the small UX. Nissan leads the falls with 22.1%, losing 100,000 units and is placed with 348,858 registrations, hopefully the recent arrival of the new Nissan Juke will help to improve the sales figures of this Asian giant. Volvo grows by 4.7% with 288,284 registrations. The small Swedish brand remains in the quiet territory and also achieves a month-on-month improvement in November with a 2.7% increase in registrations. Mazda is also breathing easy with an increase of 5.6%, probably due to the good reception of the new Mazda 3 and Mazda CX-30. They have registered 220,118 vehicles and in the month of November have achieved a sales increase of 28.3% compared to the previous year. Jaguar and Land Rover cannot say the same as it loses 4.4% and are left with 202,261 registrations. November has not been particularly good either as registrations are down 15% compared to the same month of 2018. Mitsubishi grows slightly and continues to delight with its Outlander PHEV. They achieve an improvement of 3.7% and stand at a total of 129,367 registrations. November has not been so positive, down 6%. Lastly, Honda fell significantly with a 12.6% decline. With 107,370 units, some 15,000 vehicles less than the previous year, the month of November did not help to recover with a drop of 7.2%. Concerns about climate change and political instabilities, especially Brexit, have made 2019 a particularly complex year for both manufacturers and drivers, as both groups are trying to guess where the complex automotive world is headed. In conclusion, the current landscape of car sales in Europe indicates a noticeable slowdown, with recent data reflecting a decline in both demand and production. Factors such as economic uncertainty, rising interest rates, and shifting consumer preferences are contributing to this trend. As we move forward, it will be essential for manufacturers and dealers to adapt to these changes and explore new strategies to engage consumers. Keeping a close eye on market developments will be crucial for understanding the future of the automotive industry in Europe. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more insights on this evolving topic.